Hello students, now I explain the concept trade discount. Before explaining this, I want to draw your attention towards a important thing. By studying all these quantitative aptitude concepts and practicing, you can improve your quantitative skills. These skills are very essential in every profession. The second and the most unique and important is you can understand business domains also, because most of these concepts are developed on business domains. If you want to become a software developer, you must have this the knowledge on business domains, because most software projects are developed on business domains only. Here you don't have any specialization like in medical profession. In medical profession, there are many specializations like dentist, cardiologist, eye specialist, ENT specialist, etc. Dentist treats only dental patients. Cardiologist treats only heart patients. But being a software developer, you are supposed to develop all types of projects. Your client may run a hotel or a hospital or a college, or he may be a stockbroker, or he may be a chartered accountant. Any type of client may come to you. You must develop software project for him to manage his business. In that process, the first and foremost step is you have to understand his business domain. Until unless you understand his business domain, you cannot develop any software. It is like understanding question before answering. Without understanding question, what you do with that? So, understanding business domain is a core skill, and in the industry, software industry, that is called business intelligence. Those people are specialists. They are given high value in the industry. Now, if you are a non-commerce student, how you learn business domains? Right now, how can you learn? Now, along with the quantitative aptitude, in this domain, totally 40 concepts I am going to explain. Out of that, many business domains are there, like a trade discount, present value, partnership, profit and loss, joint stock companies. Like many business domains are there. So, wherever some business domain is there you make a special focus on the business domain and explore it thoroughly. Whatever information I give in my section, then you study that. Thereafter, you explore the internet. Then you can have better knowledge. One thing I am telling you, in the world, numerous domains, thousands of business domains are there. How can I understand all the business domains? It is not a big thing. 10 domains, if you understand, 11th domain will be definitely easy for you to understand. So, you have to make a solid trial. So, first to try to understand while performing, while studying the quantitative aptitude, wherever business domains are introduced, then thoroughly study them. In this also, I am introducing a special section in this true discount, project appraisal. Project appraisal, actually in project appraisal process, the business people invest in different projects and all that. So, they will have different alternative projects, which is viable. First they have to find out, and in the most viable project they introduce. For this purpose, this true discount and present value are very core concepts. Like this, wherever opportunity is there, I am going to introduce you the business domains with a special focus. So, you don't limit to this, and you develop your business oriented knowledge, because most of the projects what you are going to develop in future are business domains only. So, go to internet and study, and from my side I will give you the best thing, best information and best support also. Now I explain what is the true discount. True discount and present value or present worth are two interrelated concepts. Both concepts at a time we have to understand. Formula wise, TD, true discount, is equal to amount minus present value. This amount should be understood as future amount and PV is present value. Future amount minus present value is equal to true discount. What is future amount? For this some explanation you require. Today we have 100 rupees. Its value is 100 rupees. You receive 100 rupees after 1 year. Then the value of these both hundreds are not same. Then you have to find out the present value. If we have to compare with this is the present value. Today you have 100 rupees. This 100 rupees, after 1 year you are going to receive it. So if you have to compare this and this, suppose let us call it as A and call it as B, then B's value is less than A. It should be properly discounted with a rate that is called present value. Suppose after 2 years you get 100 rupees, then that is C. Then C's value is less than B and B's value is less than A. This is today's value. This is, we have to calculate present value of this 100 with a discount rate. Then only we can compare that value and this. In the same way, with a discount rate for 2 years, we have to discount it. Then that is the present value. So this is future amount, like this. Future amount minus present value is equivalent to true discount. True discount. Here, true discount is calculated in two ways. One is a simple interest calculation method. Second one is compound interest calculation method. In the previous two sections, I have detailedly explained simple interest and compound interest concepts, and we discussed many problems on them. All the intricacies also we discussed. Here, you should not confuse with one concept, interest and discount. Interest is calculated for the future. Today, you have 100 rupees. You lend the amount. Then after 1 year, you gave it for 10%. Then after 1 year, 10 rupees interest you get, 100 plus 10, that is 110 rupees. And this is according to simple interest method. Then after 2 years, 100 plus or 10 plus 10, or otherwise 110 plus 10, 120. This is for future we calculate. In case of discount, after 1 year, we will have 100 rupees. What is the present value? That means we have to discount this 100 rupees, that is amount, future amount, with a discount rate, and we have to find out the present value. This is backward calculation. And in this calculation, we can use simple interest method and compound interest method. So if I show you all the four in one place, you can understand it better. Actually, first understand the concept. Thereafter, formula is there. You can easily apply formula and perform all the calculations. Before that, what is interest, what is discount? You must have clear understanding. And in that also two variations are there. Interest can be calculated by simple interest calculation, by compound interest calculation. Discount also, true discount also in the same manner in two ways. One is simple interest way of method of calculation, second one is compound interest method of calculation. Now, 4 at a place I give you, you focus some time on that until you understand. Thereafter, for everything there is a formula. Applying formula is not a great thing, anybody can do that. Here you understand the concept, concept is the core. By studying these 4 tables analytically, then you can understand the real concept, the underlying concept under this. And this is interest calculation, this is true discount calculation, and simple interest method, compound interest method. Side by side I have given. Spend some time until you understand the concept and own it. Now you see, both of these concepts you know already, I think so. Simple interest calculation, principal 100 rupees, rate of interest 10% per annum, interest obviously 10 rupees, and amount 10 plus 100, 110 rupees. Second year, principal same, rate of interest same, and interest also same 10 rupees, then 110 plus 10, 120 is the amount. This already you learned, simple interest calculation. And this is compound interest calculation, 100 rupees, rate of interest 10%, interest obviously is like simple interest only. For 1 year, unit period is 1 year, that is why there is no difference, and interest is 10 rupees and amount is 110 rupees. Here the difference comes, you compare both the tables. This 110 rupees, whichever is the amount at the end of first year, will be the principal for the second year. On 110 rupees is the principal, rate of interest 10%, and obviously interest is 11 rupees, and 110 plus 11, 121 is the amount at the end of 2 years. Now the difference comes 1 rupee. According to simple interest, the interest is 10 plus 10, 20, and according to compound interest 10 plus 11, 21. 1 rupee difference. 1 rupee difference because of compound interest, compounding effect. Because of compound interest calculation, 1 rupee got extra. And the two concepts we have discussed in the previous sections. Now discount, you think of discount, this is we are calculating for the future. Here we have to calculate for the present. That is why try to understand. This is future amount. Future amount means after 1 year, after one year, 100 rupees is due to you. Somebody has to pay 100 rupees to you. Now using simple interest method 10%, you are discounting, then present value is 90 rupees 90 paise. That means present value of 100 rupees after 1 year, the today's value of 100 rupees which is due on 1 year is 90 rupees 90 paise. How I calculate it, you may get a doubt. Just simple way. Now 100 rupees is today's amount. Now 10 rupees interest you fetch, then after 1 year it is 110. So this in an inverse fashion, after future amount, after 1 year, if you have 110 rupees, today how much its value? 100 rupees. Now here 100 rupees after 1 year you are going to get. So what is its value? According to that you calculate, then 100 by 110 into 100, that only I applied here, then 990. Once again you understand, today today's value of 100 rupees, today's value of 100 rupees, which is due on 1 year later, is 90 rupees 90 paise. That is present value. So, 100 rupees is discounted by 9 rupees 10 paise. That is called true discount. True discount. Next, we are taking it for 2 years. 2 years. Now you see 100 rupees, same 10%. Now, this same thing, 100 rupees is the present value. After 2 years, 10 plus 10, 20 rupees you are going to get. 100 rupees is the future amount is 120, present value is 100 rupees. Now, 100 rupees is the future amount, what is the present value? So, 100 by 120 into 100, just by this you can understand. Then 83.33, true discount is 16 rupees 67 paise. Just inversely I tell you, today if we have 83 rupees 33 paise, after 2 years at 10% rate of interest, you can get 100 rupees. Otherwise, you calculate, cross check also. Today, if we have 83 rupees 33 paise, if you lend it for 10 at 10% interest for 2 years, you can your amount will be 100 rupees. This also. Today, if you have 90 rupees 90 paise, if you lend it to somebody at 10% rate for 1 year, your amount will be 100 rupees. That is the present value concept. Inversely, you have to understand. So, this is a forward calculation, this is backward calculation. This is a simple interest method. Now, I am using compound interest method. Now, you see, first year both are same only, because unit period is 1 year. So, both are same, there is no difference at all. Second year, what is the difference? I am taking this one. Here, I have taken 100 only. Here, what I am taking? Like this only. I am taking this and 10%, then 82 rupees 64 paise. So, the discount is 17 rupees 36 paise. Now, according to simple interest method of calculation, true discount is 1667 paise, and according to compound interest calculation method, true discount is 17 rupees 36 paise. One thing you understand, here in case of interest, by way of compound interest you are getting 1 rupee extra, 1 rupee extra, and in true discount you are getting less. You are in compound interest, you are now simple interest 1667 paise, and compound interest it would be 17 rupees 36 paise. That you have to understand, and if you understand these 4 tables analytically, you can own this concept. Thereafter, you need not make this much struggle and all that. Now, formula is there. Before using formula, always try to understand how the formula is created. Then it improves your aptitude, because formulas are not created by God. Formulas are created by human beings like us only. So, do not simply, in order to sharpen your aptitude, enrich your aptitude, do not simply depend on formula. First understand that. Thereafter, for time saving purpose, use formula. I am not discouraging it. But whenever you are using formula, you analytically think how the formula was created. That is very important for the people who want aptitude skills and all the quantitative aptitude skills, and who want to become software developers. This is the core quality required. Now, let us crystallize our knowledge by considering some examples on these concepts. Simple interest method. Amount, future amount, always for the sake of differentiation, you call it as, in this context, you call it as future amount. That's why I have written FA. Normally, in simple interest and compound interest calculations, use the term amount. Here this is different, future amount, that's why FA I use, time 2 years, and rate 12% per annum. Now, now you can use formula. First understand what I insist you, first understand formula, how formula is generated. It enriches and sharpens your aptitude. Okay. Thereafter, if you apply formula, then you can save time and you can avoid probable errors. I am not discouraging you to use formula. Use formula wherever it is apt and all that. But before using formula, you must have the knowledge how the formula was generated. Okay. Now, already I told you the discount, true discount or PV is calculated in two ways. First method is simple interest calculation method. Second one is compound interest calculation method. Simple interest calculation method, PV is equal to 100 into FA, 100 into future amount by 100 plus rate and time. So, here 100, future amount 1000, 100 plus our rate 12% and time 2 years. Then this is 1 lakh by 124 and PV 806 rupees 45 paise, 806 rupees and 45 paise. Now, once again I am telling you, today if you have 806 rupees 45 paise with you, after 2 years, if you lend 806 rupees 45 paise at 12% interest for 2 years, after 2 years amount would be 1000 rupees. Inversely 1000 rupees which is due on 1000 after 2 years, present value is 860 rupees 45 paise at 12% rate and calculation according to simple interest calculation method. And now let us consider compound interest calculation method. PV is equal to future value by 1 plus R by 100 to the power of T. Now, future amount is 1000, 1 plus rate by 100 time 2 T square, then 797.19 paise. The present value of 1000 rupees is 797 rupees 19 paise today. If it is calculated on compound interest basis at 12 rupees interest. So, now TD is equal to, here TD is equal to FA, future amount minus present value, 1000 minus 806.45 paise and 193 rupees 55 paise, and according to compound interest, then true discount is FA minus PV, 1000 minus 797.19 paise, 202 rupees 81. So, in this way simply you can use formula and calculate present value as well as true discount. Now, let us consider one more example. Here future amount is 15,000 rupees. It is due after 4 years and we have to calculate present value using simple interest method at the rate of 12.5% per annum. Now, we see the formula PV is equal to 100 into future amount, FA, always use FA, future amount, because future amount, present value, then both are correlated. That is why future amount 100 plus R into T, then if you make this calculation, then you get 10,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees. What do you mean by that? The present value of 15,000 rupees due after 4 years is 10,000 rupees. Now, true discount is future amount minus present value, 15,000 minus 10,000 is 5,000 rupees. And next, we can apply a formula also, TD formula. This one you remember, future amount into R into T by 100 plus R into T, and substitute in the formula, you get 5,000 rupees. So, in this manner also, you can, depending on the context, what input values you get, that you take, and depending on the value, you can use this formula or this formula. Now, let us, same example, let us consider compound interest method of calculation. So, future amount is 15,000, time is 4 years, that is 15,000 is due after 4 years, rate of interest 12.5% per annum, and we have to calculate PV according to compound interest calculation method. The formula is future amount by 1 plus R by 100 to the power of T. Then 15,000, 1 plus rate 12.5 by 100 to the power of 4. That comes 9,364, and that is PV. What do you mean by that? The present value of 15,000 rupees, the present value of 15,000 rupees due after 4 years is 9,364. That is the meaning. So, what is the true discount? 15,000 minus 9,364, 5,636 is the true discount. In the business world, investment decisions are very crucial. Why a businessman invests in the business? For the sake of profits. So, choosing right investment, right project is very important. For choosing a project, right project, there are several considerations such as profitability, nature of the product, nature of the industry, nature of the market, government policies, etc. Many considerations they make before taking a decision, investment decision. If a decision is not correct, if it is false, then what happens? Instead of profits, they have to incur losses. Sometimes their investment, their capital is wiped off. So, in order to avoid such type of anomalies and all that, every businessman rationally takes decisions. In that, the first and foremost is profitability appraisal, because for the sake of profit only, anybody can start a business. So, let us take an example. Here, PV, present value of the future amount, takes a vital role. Now, I will show you, in view of profitability appraisal, let us consider an example. A businessman would like to invest 10 lakh rupees in a project, 10 lakh rupees. Then he is expecting 5 lakhs returns every year for 4 years. 10 lakh rupees he has to invest today, and he is getting returns in installments. First year 5 lakhs, second year 5 lakhs, third year 5 lakhs, fourth year 5 lakhs. Simply, like a layman, if you take decision, now your investment is 10 lakh, your returns are 20 lakhs. So, you are getting 100% returns. This is definitely it is a wrong decision, wrong appraisal. The reason behind it is, today you are investing, and your returns are coming in future, after 1 year, after 2 years, after 3 years, after 4 years. So, they should be discounted with a rate. Which rate we take? A rational rate we have to take. Suppose this person does not invest in the project, and if he lends easily, very reasonable interest is 1 rupee, 12% he can get without doing anything. He is getting 12% interest. Why you should invest in a project and take up risk? That you think. That's why the future returns should be properly discounted with a rational rate. Now, in this case, in this example, we have taken rate 12%. Now, using PV formula, you know that PV is equal to 100 into future amount or future return by 100 plus a rate into time. According to this formula, for all these future returns, we find out present value using this formula. Now we see 100 into 5 lakhs by 100 plus 12 rate of interest 1 year time. Then this is 4,46,429. In the same way, at the end of second year, 5 lakhs return. Then it should be properly discounted, and the present value is 4,03,226. Next, in the same manner, at the end of third year, 5 lakhs return. It should be discounted using the same formula here. Entire formula is same except time difference 1, 2, 3. Then the PV is 3,67,647. Then fourth year, end of fourth year, 4 lakhs return. Then it is discounted for 4 years at 12% rate. Then the PV is 3,37,838. The total PV is 15,55,140. So this is present investment. This is treated as present return. These are future returns. All these are future returns. Then how much profit approximately you are getting? Profitability 55%. 55% profitability is a good profitability. But simply appraising one project, no businessman takes decision. There are alternative projects also. This is A, B, C. Like that, several projects he appraise for the sake of profitability and compare. Not only profitability, a businessman takes into consideration of other factors like nature of product, nature of demand, nature of market, government policies, etc. Many other things also he takes into consideration, and ultimately he takes a rational decision. Among all the considerations, the profitability is a very important consideration. This is the way, by calculating PV of the future returns, is the crucial point in that. In this way, in the beginning I told you, you have to understand business domains. If you understand business domains and all that, tomorrow if you start your practice as a software developer, a investor, a businessman comes to you, then you can understand it very easily because it is known one. Then you can, if you know the domain, you can easily develop the software on that. That's why every time, as I told you already, in this section, a quantity aptitude section, totally 40 topics I am covering. Out of that, many business domains I am introducing, specially, not only just for calculations and all that. What is the background behind the scenes and all the elements I am explaining? This knowledge is very useful to you, provided you want to become a software developer. Now, let us consider the example number 3. Future amount 20,400 rupees, and which is the amount which is due after 3 years. That's why I called it a future amount. The time 3 years, rate of interest 12% per annum, 12% annum, and we have to find out PV. Now we are using simple interest method. Now you know the formula. PV is equal to 100 into future amount by 100 plus R into T. Now let us substitute the given values. This is 100 into 20,400, 100 plus rate of interest 12% and time 3 years. Then it comes 20, 400, 100 by 12 into 3, 36, 136. Then, then if you calculate this, it comes 15,000 rupees. 15,000 rupees, and here future amount is 20,400 rupees. So now the true discount is amount, future amount minus present value. Already I told you, for the sake of distinction, because in simple interest, compound interest and all that, you are using the term amount. Here future amount, if you use and all that, you can easily identify that. That's why where amount you are supposed to use, there use future amount, and this comes 20,400 minus 15,000, and the true discount is 5,400 rupees. Example number 4. This is a totally different type of problem. Certain sum, uncertain sum with a given time and rate. The simple interest is 700 rupees and true discount is 650 rupees. Now we have to find out the sum. Sum means here we call as a principal amount, and here the formula is simple interest into true discount by simple interest minus true discount. Then you substitute the values, that is 700 into 650 by 700 minus 650. This comes 4,55,000 by 50. This is equal to 9,100 rupees. So by using this formula, whenever simple interest and TD, true discount, is given, in order to find out the sum, you can use this formula and calculate. And one thing, you rationally think what is simple interest, what is TD, you take an example sum, and on that you calculate. By that you can analyze the formula, you make it as a habit. That will be useful to enrich your aptitude. The example number 5, it is a different problem, and a purchase a TV for 20,000 rupees is sold the same to somebody on the same date for 24,640 rupees, and he allowed a credit period of 12 months, means 1 year, and the rate of interest is 12%. Here one thing you must remember, why we have to, he is not lending money, why rate of interest comes, that logically you have to think. Here A has taken up this transaction for the sake of earning profit. If he does not take up this, he can lend it to somebody, 20,000 rupees, he can lend it to somebody, and he gets this reasonable interest of 12%. That's why every time while calculating present value, we have to take a rate of interest. So, here prima facie if you take and all that, how much profit he is getting? This is CP, cost price. This is selling price, 24,640, and 4,640 is the prima facie profit. But this is not true, because you are getting it after 1 year. So, you have to find out the present value of the future amount. Here future amount is 24,640. So, CP is 20,000 and SP. SP what we can call future amount. Future amount 24,640 time 12 months, means we have to write in years, and rate 12%. 12%. Now, based on this information, we have to calculate PV, that is 100 plus future amount 24,640 by 100 plus a rate 12% into time 1. Then if you simplify that, if you calculate, then it comes to 22,000 rupees. So, the present value of 24,640, which is due after 1 year at the rate of 12%, is 22,000. So, present value is 22,000, present investment is 20,000. So, the net gain is PV minus CP, that comes 2,000 rupees. In this way we have to calculate. If you calculate like this and all that, it is not the realistic profit. This 2,000 is the real gain what A gets. Now, the sixth and last example, true discount is 1,800 rupees, time 3 years, rate 15%. We have to calculate sum. Actually, for present value, another formula I can consider. This is 100 into TV, PV is equal to 100 into TD, true discount, by rate into time. Now, let us substitute. This is 100, 1,800 with the TD, and a rate 15% and time 3. This is 2 zeros by 45. Then it comes 4,000 rupees. 4,000 rupees is the PV, and what is the formula for sum? This is PV plus TD. Then PV is 4,000 rupees plus 2 discount 1,800 rupees, 5,800 is the sum. So, after calculation and all that, you take sum and you can make the cross checking. By that you understand the formula analytically. You can study the formula analytically and understand that. I always follow that. Of course, use formula, I am not discouraging it. What I am telling you, in order to enrich your aptitude, how formula is generated. If you learn, that will be useful, and every time you may not get an opportunity to use the formula directly. The question may be indirect. Then you can devise appropriate formula in that context.